So I have been constantly clearing these pathways, pulling rocks and pine cones and, bigger limbs that you could roll your ankle on, and got this whole place kind of, like this. Then they brought in this huge pile of stuff with sticks and branches and wood chips mostly, but it's got a lot of pine needles and branches and then I carried uh, mulch to these rows. See, these are all rows that have been just planted, but then, and now and these pathways are now boards that are, I wanted to have like maybe a level walkway, and these are really slippery when it's wet, and they'll probably get some kind of fungus on them, and they'll be more slippery. But yeah, all of these new sprouts and stuff, I guess this is some kind of gardening that I don't understand, is what I'm trying to say. To just throw all this kind of stuff on top of the sprouts that you just put in. And just branches and heavy stuff. Nothing's level now. It's just all lumpy, and I have to totally watch where I'm walking all the time so I don't just twist my ankle. I have a bone on bone right knee, degenerative discs, osteopenia, osteoporosis, all that crap going on. And, I'm not complaining about that. That's my own fault. But I just don't understand this kind of gardening where stuff is just piled now everywhere after I cleared it all out to. See, this is just like, see, I just stepped in a hole there, and then way up here, and then way down here, and it's just burying a lot of the plants that we just planted. It's just so messy for me. So these boards in the morning when they're wet, they're super slippery. And I just tried to get, like, here's an old one that was here, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's just, slick as an ice skating rink. Like, I can't walk down that at all. And I'd break my neck if I tried to step over the rows. And just big piles now of stuff. So I'm going to step up here and down. Oh my God. I don't want to overstep anyone's authority here, the way they do things, and that's how I roll. If I'm working in somebody else's garden, I'm going to do it any way that they want to do it. But, like these big pieces of bark, and they're under things, and you don't know what you're going to step on underneath stuff, and just, this is, these rows were kind of nice and high, up higher, and you could get to them easier, almost like raised beds. But after pouring just tons and tons of this, what they call wood chips in here, I guess it's mostly wood chips, but a lot of other crap, now it's more bending over. And I can't really set a garden stool down and work like that, because I'll just fall over and I'll fall on my ass. So anyway, this is what I would hoped it would all look like in between. And but yeah, there was weeds and stuff growing in the paths. So my thought was to put, get them all nice and level so you can walk through them easily, and then put plastic strips of tarps down through them, and then maybe throw something, some pine needles and stuff so they weren't slippery, but they'd be level. And now we just have these, like, here's a kind of a nice level one that I pulled a lot of stuff out of, big rocks and everything, and then they poured this stuff back in to this row. I don't understand. I just do not understand. And then these are the ones where we just planted all these and then threw pine needles and bark and branches and stuff right on top of the plants, pretty much. Yo no comprende